What's up, everyone? My name's Chris, and I'm sitting here with Rusty Dusty, a band from just a little south down I-35, the wonderful town of San Marcos. So how are y'all doing?
Good.
We're good.
No, yeah, y'all want to go around and introduce yourselves real fast?
Sure. I'm Travis. I do some lead vocals and play rhythm guitar and sing.
I'm Johnny. I play the drums.
I do a lot of things. I'm Quinn. I play keys and guitar and tambourine and sometimes sing.
I'm John. I play the bass.
And I'm Bryce. I write songs and sing and play guitar as well.
Got a lot of instrumental diversity in there. That's crazy. So yeah, one of the main things, or kind of wanted to start off with a question. I was wondering if y'all could talk me through y'all's progression as a band from the No Good Serpentine Fun Time Mosaic experience to your latest record, Cleanse. Are there any specific lessons or mantras you've kept like top of mind when it came time to record the second LP?
Well, I think that No Good is certainly like a debut album. Lots of lessons to be learned, lots of like ropes to be shown and things to try. And I think as we've progressed as a band, we've really kind of painted a good, swing of like learning and like growing in our craft and like trying harder to be what we want to sound like and what we want to get across with our music. And so I think that there's a lot that's changed, and even now, like, Cleanse being out for so long, we're already again, just keeping it fresh and like changing even more in some of the new stuff we've been recording. So
we've basically revamped like the way that we've gone about recording, and even I think the songwriting to some point, and the way we come up with the whole song as a full band for every new release or even new song since the inception of the band almost.
So kind of going off y'all's sound, I know Rusty Dusty is self-described as seeking to blend folk rock and echo-laden fuzz rock into a new genre that y'all have dubbed acid Americana, and I love that so much. And I have a show on KVRX that's basically focused on guitar pedals and really anything guitar effects related. So if it's not a chef's secret, I was kind of curious what y'all's pedal board looks like, and if there's any like specific effects y'all wouldn't be able to function as a band without.
yeah, let's do some ring run.
I guess let's all pick out effect the guitar players. Well, you don't have to like pick up your
the whole board. I want to every inch of it.
Yeah, I've just got like my whole board right here.
There's a drum set like out of frame to the left also.
Yeah, this is.
Let's go around the circle and talk about our favorite effect.
All right. I'll go first. I don't know. I think it's a combo of these two. I like having the versatility of having like I've got this JHS double barrel. Mm-hmm. It's basically like a tube screamer clone and like a blues breaker clone. And then I've got also like the TS-808 off to the side as well. So I've kind of got like a lot of options when it comes to drive, because I like being able to stack a lot of low gain drives into each other to like feed the feed it all together into one signal instead of having it go from like, I don't like just all my gain coming from one
thing, yeah.
One pedal, because that tends to sound cheesy. So
no, great answer.
So I usually keep it simple. I have a fuzz pedal. It's a Fender Pelt. It's purple. It's got nice lights and it's
pretty.
And Phase 90 with that, and I like having those together, and it really gives it a
It's a Van Halen.
Yeah, it is.
Not just a Phase 90.
Yeah.
I'm over here with my modeling amp looking like a fool right now.
We use a lot of solid state stuff.
Yeah. But my favorite thing to do is I use an old bow. I used to be in an orchestra, and I use that, and like make,
Some more ambient stuff.
yeah, and just kind of like dig in and.
I was gonna say you're either going ambient or you're going more noise rock, which I guess there's an intersection there. But
Yeah.
some like old like Sonic Youth vibes, of, like shoving like freaking screwdrivers in their under their strings or something like that.
That'll come. It's gone missing, so maybe I'll have to find something else.
Bring it out for the next album.
All right, Bryce.
So
Huh?
I know on Cleanse, the record that y'all have been spinning, the main pedal and kind of the guitar sound from that, and it's still on my board and I use it a lot, is the Strymon Deco.
Strymon Deco.
Yeah, it emulates a tape machine. So one side of it is basically an overdrive, like an Echoplex preamp overdrive. And then the other side is a double tracker where you can get flange, chorus, and double tracking. But what I use that side for is like the Mac DeMarco, like Wiggly Worm warble. So yeah, that and the chorus on that is a big part of that record as well. So that would probably be mine if I had to pick one.
Yeah.
And PV amps, old PV amps as well.
Yeah.
For a while, I wasn't really so happy with my rig as far as my guitar and amp, and I just kind of upgraded and got an old like 65 Silvertone Silhouette that I've been digging. Just like to speak to that guitar. It's really beautiful, and I've like paired really well with it. And it's always the thing of getting a new instrument and jumping up and inspiration and to some extent, but
What about as far as Cleanse went?
as far as Cleanse went, I really was not super into pedal work at
That
the
was
time.
before all of this.
I
yeah.
really just used like a memory boy delay and stuff, and I've kind of upped my rig, and I'm really excited to explore a lot more sonically with that.
Super Fat Mod.
Yeah, I got that Keeley Super Fat Mod, which is just like, it has been like a super awesome like overdrive for me. It took me a long time. Actually, Quinn got that for me for my birthday with another friend. And I got the Walrus Audio Julia Chorus, which is like, it's just so pretty. And I'm still learning the ropes with a lot of that stuff, but definitely looking to become like more dense and knowing like what it all could do, what I could explore with it.
To talk on pedals, I really am just into either really gross, gritty sounds personally, or like super clean, like fancy kind of sounding, like, I don't know, like pristine. And not on Cleanse so much, but on our upcoming works, there's like a lot of like in between there that I personally am excited when I hear it. Like I'm just like kind of like nasty dissonant guitar, and then also just really pretty, like, I don't know. So I'm excited.
Quinn and I have kind of solidified our fuzz game, which I think is kind of what you're talking
I'm getting
about.
there. I got the Behringer fuzz.
I'm there.
Super
too.
fuzz. Yeah, the pelt. Yeah.
Well, we're turning into a fuzz rock.
Yeah, shoegaze and fuzz rock is the future for us.
it's the full circle, I guess.
Somewhat.
And then
It's a bold statement.
country, the rest of it.
I'm not. I don't know about
Y'all trying to model like the careers of Ween, I guess, minus shoegaze, make a country album at some point. That's nice. So is it? I'm curious. Like, is it kind of? Have you noticed when you're as you're slowly just like adding to your collection and getting more pedals, plus just kind of like toying around with sound? Like, has there been like specific times where, like, say you're in the middle of recording an album or EP or anything, and then like you get a new piece of equipment and that like drastically changes kind of the like creative direction y'all are going in? Or is it? I imagine it's pretty like random when that happens. Like,
I think that it's more so like we'll get done with the project, buy a bunch of new gear, and that'll inspire the next wave of what we're going to sound like. That's at least how it's played out for us.
I think the only real piece of gear that we've gotten that has really changed the way we do things is I got a Tascam 424 Porta Studio 4-track cassette recorder.
oh, wow.
And that really changed because it made things a lot easier for us to kind of transition with the pandemic to more of a recording band. And that's kind of what Johnny was talking about a little while ago, was like, we're a live band, and that's how we kind of formed. That's how it's always kind of been. But then when you take away live shows, and we were already kind of heading this way before the pandemic, but so just being more sophisticated. And then Quinn is our main producer and has the Pro Tools rig. So we've become a lot more self-sufficient with recording. So I think that's the only time gear has really influenced us in that big of a way.
Turned out we're pretty efficient and like have a really good creative mind for it, which is something we've been exploring and are still in the infancy of, but we're definitely headed in that direction, just exploring as much as possible.
No, yeah, that's super interesting about, or like, I guess obviously your, or not priorities necessarily, but kind of priorities like change from being a primarily live band. Like how often would you say y'all were performing at like the height of that? Like, was it a very conscious effort, just like shows, kind of hone your craft and then right on the side?
2 weeks where there was at least 2 a week, and I know we definitely played at least 3 shows in a week.
We played quite a bit for sure.
We did as much as we could.
We transitioned more into like something that I kind of took the horns on like around the release of Cleanse was I was kind of like getting a little tired of just the regular format of a show, and so I really put a lot of effort into the release show. Meaning like choosing a location. We did the studio called Bet Sounds, which was an old green church, and I chose that and like capped it at like 100 people and had it filmed and like really set the stage in the room for you to like basically be in the album cover, and that's all filmed and on YouTube. And so I like
Trying to make this more of an event,
and I think that's the future for a lot of the shows that we personally put on. Is like I'm not so much like interested in. We want to play venues all over, of course, but in the midst of that, I really want to change the way that like people view shows in this like modern era, because it's not like the same anymore. And I think it's really time as musicians to like embrace that and really get creative with the way that we like choose to perform. And especially like we're all so well in connection in this area, and we're also like we have like the resources at our fingertips, and so we did like a Halloween show as well that was filmed, and I think that's something that's gonna like stick around, even though that was geared because of the pandemic. Like it's still like a creative way to perform and maybe have people out for the next one. But yeah, just kind of changing the like reinstilling like belief in artists that if you go the right like route to a show, we don't have to like necessarily end up in this spot where we're unhappy with pay at venues or we're unhappy with turnout at venues and stuff. It's like reimagine like how you put on a show. And so I'm really interested in trying to inspire people in that as well.
No, yeah. I mean, I think of all like music communities, for like to be open and promote that kind of like experimentation with live shows, like Austin is definitely a good place to be. So, and it's great that you actually brought up the or two things, the Year from Hell Halloween live stream.
Well, it wasn't actually a live stream per se. It was more of just like a premiere. It's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
If you see like there's like edits like throughout the whole thing. Which
more of a film.
But we wanted this to kind of be like a Halloween special sort of thing, as opposed to like a live stream concert. But all the performances and everything are live.
Right. We want to control over the sound though.
Yeah. And it was pretty much like we just holed up for like 4 days and just got sounds in the studio, made sure everything worked. Made sure everyone, like just was comfortable enough with their headphone mixes and stuff like that, because we're also doing it like after work, it's basically like, because we ended up it was the beginning of October and we were like, we want to put this thing out before Halloween and none of us are free on a weekend, so let's do it in the middle of the week for fun, and so it was just meeting up every day after work for like a week and
really having like a solid team behind us too, like our friend Eli, who really is like a solid Eli. He's just incredible. He's he's a go-to for when we need to like consult creatively about what we want to do. We know we have this release. Let's,
He's
chop
the
it up with
sixth
Eli.
Dusty.
He's
Yeah.
he's definitely the sixth Dusty. Yeah, just having the right people around. We have a lot of support and a lot of like resources from multiple different,
Friends.
multiple different areas of creativity, film and like
Artwork.
just art in general. So Cleanse was actually it was again pre-recorded and then put out
Very similarly,
as a release show, but there was audience there, which was the difference, and it was
Back
Also-
in January.
Yeah, I was gonna say we filmed it in January. We didn't, just invite an audience over.
Right.
We released it.
right. Yeah, this is why. I mean,
We
this
were
is-
also wearing turtlenecks. That was a
Yeah.
big difference.
and also, but I would say that the Cleanse release was more of a live endeavor than the Year from Hell, because Cleanse we played front to back.
Mhm.
It is completely one live take show instead of breaking it up.
Yeah, because we would with Year from Hell, we would kind of like we'd mess up, start over, do different takes.
Yeah.
It was and
Just
that's not
for
something-
full. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was
We faked it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the movie.
Wanted to get the right takes, so we totally intended it to be like film. So that's what we do.
The beauty of the internet.
Yeah,
Yep.
totally.
The
Use what you got.
the beautiful cutting of the camera and trying again.
the great facade. Question about who y'all worked with to do the Cleanse live stream. I saw that you partnered, and you mentioned them earlier, like Fet Sounds, and I also saw Possum Trot Studios. Are those both like local / I know Possum Trot's in Austin and Fet Sounds in San Marcos. Is that are those like regular creative kind of influences or people that you work with all the time?
That Sounds is no more, and
They kinda do fun.
they had a cool tape studio, but some weird stuff with that. So that
I don't think
I don't
people
have the
even
knowledge
know what
to-
happened.
like, speak on.
They just ended up like closing.
but Possum Trot, gotta shout them out. Andrew Stockton, great guy, and like
Yeah, they were really cool.
super awesome. They came in professional. I had a vision. We talked about that vision for about a week. It was and we made it happen, and it ended up panning out exactly how I envisioned it. So
The
definitely
turtlenecks were your
recommend them.
idea.
Super professional. They know what they're doing. They're gonna give you great film products, so
That John forgot to wear.
No, yeah. So I guess kind of in the same spirit of that, or shouting out some local San Marcos and Austin studios. Are there any venues that y'all had very specific formative experiences at as a band, or any wild stories the listeners and I can vicariously live through?
yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of
tours have been
stories.
interesting. Every tour we've been on has been super full of color. That's for sure.
I'll just say this: there's a
Careful wording.
venue in Denver,
Yeah.
called, Beyond Key,
Beyond Key.
and the guy who runs that place, he's just super cool.
He's a cool guy.
He's a really cool
He's
guy.
so cool that he'll yell at you.
He's
That's what makes him cool.
yeah.
What place was this?
It was a Grateful Dead bar in Denver somewhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy was definitely a deadhead that got a little dead.
Yeah, that was an experience. We basically just all got
So did this guy.
I mean, full transparency. We just pretty much went in there, and this guy just I don't really have any desire to
We had words.
uphold a reputation with that place. That guy, he came in and was just ripping us hard.
Yeah, and then they weren't.
I don't
prepared with an
recommend it to
audio
touring
engineer or
bands.
anything. He tried to cut down the amount of time that we were going to play. Which
That's
I think
why we're doing this
actually
interview. We just wanted to complain about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I really hope he asked. He said, y'all aren't Jerry Garcia, and then he kicked you out.
Kind
Like
of. As far as formative for the band though, we started just Kiva, Triple Crown, rest in
Triple
peace.
Crown.
Triple Crown meant a lot to me and to all of us, I think and assume. And that was just I miss Triple Crown all the time.
Tantra Coffee House.
Tantra Coffee
in
House
San
also
Marcos.
has always been like super good to us.
I always like playing Hotel Vegas here.
Yeah, like
We have
Taos Mesa Brewing, rest in peace. They
Yeah.
had a
they're coming back.
yeah, they're coming back, but they had a nasty spill with the fire, and I'm
Taos,
definitely
Mexico.
I'm definitely
Mexico.
pulling for Taos Mesa Brewing with all that, and I want to just like say that on behalf of Dusty because
They were the most hospitable
They-
people on that tour
that
Yeah.
venue
Yeah,
treats
yeah.
their bands
of the most.
so nicely, and they're so respectful, and that's Taos Mesa Brewing.
As we've been talking about, y'all's most recent album, Cleanse, dropped back at the beginning of March, and which was when we were just curling up into the COVID trebuchet that would launch us into the sun. But was that recording process like marred in any way by the pandemic, or were things still fairly routine? Like I guess time-wise, because I know it released like just when the U.S. decided that it was a thing, or decided that we were going to take it seriously, I guess.
I think that we didn't even really know like what was happening that much. I think like the release date came for the album, and then a week later is when everything like kind of everyone was like buying all the toilet paper out.
Well, also it was done in like
Yeah.
November.
The
It's
album was
definitely planned
the
out,
album
like-
was done in 2019.
What it messed up was the promoting the record.
Yeah.
Cutting the record was
Because
no
we
problem.
had shows coming up that we were looking forward to, and like San Marcos Martial Arts Fest that we were looking forward to, stuff like that, and then all got canceled. But as far as the album went, that was fine.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was definitely a planned out thing. The record had been finished, and we were just with that show that I had mentioned earlier, just getting that in line, and then afterwards just waiting for the right time to release it when we had all our ducks in a row. And
Yeah.
it felt good. So
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I should have figured you don't just drop it, or you don't finish an album and just drop it a week later. So it would have made sense that y'all had this planned out for a long period of time. But it was just like, man, and I can see the promotion side of that being completely disrupted. Like at least the like personal touch of it. Obviously, they're still online and like everything you can do with that. But like
we're planning an October tour to kind of back it up and emphasize it. But
And we had
you
like
know,
finally just got like a new shirt design and stuff too. That I think we were all pretty excited
Oh, yeah.
to like start selling. Yeah, you didn't even remember we had new shirts. Did you?
No, we had. They're in my garage.
Oh,
Of course,
yeah.
I remember that we
Yeah.
had.
So
they're in his garage.
His garage.
Anybody want a T-shirt? You can come to my garage. I'll sell you one.
I mean, just stuff like that. The music though has been unaffected, and I would say as we've gotten really deep into this pandemic with our current recording, after we figured out like what we were doing with our like situation and deciding to be like cool with like we're the only people that we see basically aside from like our roommates or wives, like in whoever's case, like
Only one of us is married.
Only
Yeah,
one of us is married.
girlfriends, wives,
singular.
but
he's
significant
married.
others. We kind of decided that we were going to like meet up and like be careful about that, and so it's been kind of really good for our recording process in a weird way. I think honestly,
We've developed a
like
recording
we've
process.
developed
Yeah.
like in this very room, like is where we've been recording everything. And
Yeah, this is where we did Year from Hell, and we've been recording in this house and over at Bryce's place. He's got like a little tape studio set up there. That's
Huge room.
in a very
yeah, in a
room.
very massive room that does not smell like body odor. And like it's fun recording in different places too, but it's also just it has kind of taught us like we gotta you really just gotta do everything yourself now. Like there's no one like
Infrastructure.
infrastructure for music is just gone.
Yep.
So
And the body odor is my fault.
I was going to say that, but I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's so weird. Like, I mean, that's a consistent theme, obviously, in any artist I talk to. It's like, or the current priorities obviously are completely changed and skewed, but it is like it's weirdly or it's like I'm sure y'all can attest to like you were talking about the positives that have come out, if any, of this. At least like y'all, I assume as a group, much like more cohesive like performers together maybe since the beginning of the pandemic. I don't know, but just being able to like if you're only seeing each other and you're only rehearsing with these people and like it's like that's got to lead to some improvement, even if the floor has really just been pulled out from under y'all as far as like touring and everything as far as that goes.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think that like kind of a rule that one of my friends had said to me a while back about like making music with people, and that I've kind of like kind of followed is like, you know, if you don't want to be around the people in the room all the time that you're making music with, and you shouldn't be making music with them. You should figure something else out.
I guess I'm gonna quit.
I just kind of like that because I mean at the end of the day, like, and especially in a time like this where we do like, you know, have each other and not much else in the way of like socializing. It's important and it's a good bond and it's good to have.
It's good to have friends.
Yeah.
It is good to have friends.
All trying to strangle each other is quite amazing to me, to be completely honest.
We've had a few Breakfast Club style, like sitting around and like getting to know each other and all that, you know, the catharsis that, you know, we're not so different. All of us.
Us and us.
Us and us. We're not
On the topic of I guess kind of sound and like identity, like what are some bands y'all have been influenced by? And I know it's like the one question every interviewer asks, but I gotta know.
Ween.
Wayne?
Ween? Yeah.
Wait, Ween? Really? All this time I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I love
What is it? The
This guy, I love. You didn't even know.
Are you a Diener or a Gene or which?
I'm a Diener. I'm a
big Diener. Yeah.
All right,
Dr. Doc.
Dr. Don.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the more real answer.
It's
by the way.
the rock on which we build our church at Big Star. Yeah.
Big Star? Okay, that's another good
I
one.
don't listen to any of these bands. If
Glass
I'm being
Jaw.
completely honest.
Johnny only listens to Glass
I
Jaw
listen
and
to
that's
like
it.
I spend most of my time listening to either like Frank Zappa or some weird like Japanese post rock band that no one's heard of.
Lots of
And I've
That's the
been
best
learning
answer.
as
That's the KVRX answer. That's the one that'll get you clout with the
He's the
unbroken-
robot that we're teaching how to be a human.
yeah, basically.
lots of power pop, lots of harmony driven, lots of
Todd Rundgren.
Todd Rundgren's
Yeah.
huge influence. I really like that guy that Michael Now has been like, especially in the way of like songwriting. He's kind of
Daniel Romano.
Daniel Romano's cool. Just lots of like power pop and like
Cutworms.
some pretty creative Americana style stuff with you know, a little bit more flair. I'm really into like Paul McCartney solo stuff and like also at least his
Ram.
early like Ram specifically that era and then
Yeah.
like
My Bloody Valentine.
the Beatles definitely. I
The
mean,
Beatles,
gotta say
yeah.
that. Who doesn't have to say that? You know?
I don't
every band to ever exist.
But yeah, lots of punk. Been listening to a lot of Fugazi and stuff like that.
we're all like all over the place, but it all meets in the middle somewhere with like power pop and like just big harmonies and
John likes prog.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, I mean-
King Crimson, Frank Zappa.
Lots of prog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only listen
Yes.
to the 4 or 5 Rolling Stones albums between 1968 and 72. That's my entire.
Wait, is that when did Brian Jones die? Is that just Brian Jones Stones?
Brian Jones, early like Mick Taylor.
Yeah.
I think era.
Okay.
I'd say our biggest
Pre Some Girls, you know.
Yeah, everything before some.
The glory years. Kind of wrap things up on a more just like human note. How are y'all doing? Like genuinely, how are y'all doing?
Right on.
Can't
I like
complain.
that question.
I'm honestly better than ever. I'm a hermit, so thank you.
No, yeah.
How you doing?
I need everyone's doing good. I need a confirmation.
I'm kind of tired right now, but other than that, I'm all right. Like momentarily, I'm a little drained, but
Mhm.
you know, overall, I'm okay.
I'm scheming.
Yeah, I'm like totally
I'm
fine.
great and I'm scheming.
I'm plotting.
We got someone a little drained, someone plotting.
No more will be set in the way of my scheme, but
Mhm.
I am happy and I'm scheming.
Awesome. That's it.
Okay.
Good double emotion to be having right there. What and
Yeah, don't worry about it.
everyone
Shout out.
else?
No, I'm great.
Nice, y'all. Well, wait, did everyone get to answer? I genuinely care how y'all are doing. Don't want to cut off me.
Well, how are you?
Yeah, that's
How am I?
Yeah.
Let's see. I was a little tired. I was feeling drained earlier. I I've literally just been reading and then driving favor all day. So I feel the work thing, but no, I got a new, one of my favorite Dinosaur Jr. Records on our vinyl 2 days ago. So that's pretty exciting.
Bug?
Yeah, Bug.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like $15. It was, I mean, it's only a single LP and it's not like gatefold or anything, but I was like,
shout out to what's that record store called in Bastrop? There's this really cool, really awesome record store in Bastrop, and I highly recommend it.
Is it Astro Records?
Astro or Astro Records?
It's Barnes and Noble.
It's the, I guarantee you,
It's the Urban Outfitters.
I guarantee you it's the only record store.
We got a head and a heart record there.
you know.
We got
Wait, it's in you said it's in Bastrop?
Yeah, I guarantee you it's the only
like
record
Astro
store.
Record or
Oh, Astro. It says, I just looked it up. Yeah, Astro Record Store, full of wonderful hidden gems.
Gotta make a trip out there. It's a fantastic shop.
Yeah,
Is that where you
really
found-
cool, dude.
Is there you found Tyranny Mutation?
I've been collecting CDs and tapes a lot too, and so I found some really cool stuff out there, and I highly recommend it. Just on the topic.
Yeah, I love like the small town record shops that like it's such a niche, like you know what you're getting anytime you go down to like a really like slightly alternative like small town record shop. Like it's fantastic. I haven't done it enough, but I know there's some in like Lockhart that are pretty good. It's like one store for the entire town. But
Shout out Good Danny's in Lockhart.
Oh yeah,
Great records company. Yeah. Producer.
Really?
Yeah, Danny Reich. Yeah. Max Lorenzen. Yeah, they're great. They mastered.
Actually, I've been smashing down all these names y'all been saying because I have some research to do after this.
Max Lorenzen from Good Danny's, that studio he's mentioning. Yeah, Mastered Cleanse.
Friend of the band. Friend of the program.
Awesome, y'all. Well, it's been a pleasure. Once again, this is Rusty Dusty, and they've been a favorite at KVRX the past couple of weeks and months, and I want to thank them so much for tuning in for us.
Hey,
Say bye, y'all. Say bye.
Music
be safe out there.
Yeah, words.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Bye, y'all.